All right, so now you've made a screen. You would tape that up. I think everybody knows how to do that. I don't necessarily need to go about that. Tape the inside ring of the job, and you would send that off to press, and that would go and print. Well, that screen comes back, and it's dirty, right? So this is plastisol. So one of the things you can do, and I'll grab a kit here. We have the EnviroLine kit, which has everything you need to reclaim screens and degrease screens, hand cleaner. The EnviroClean is the degreaser, scrub brushes, the EnviroStrips, the emulsion remover, the EnviroHaze is the haze remover, some printer's adhesive.
What's haze?
Haze is after we reclaim that and there's ink stain left in the fabric. That's haze. And the EnviroSolve, which is ink degradant. And then there's emulsion in here as well. So these products, this was a water-based kit they brought me. There's a plastisol kit's the other one. If this came off a press and you wanted to wash it up because you didn't want any ink going into the drain, you would use a press wash, which is Press Wash 147 that comes in that kit. Ryan sells about 4 or 5 different press washes. Press wash is if you're going to wash it up on press, you're going to do a color change, or you're going to tape something off that needs to be taped off. You can either put it onto a rag, or you can put a spray head on it and spray it. Either way, I'll do both. And you can just spray some
Now, if you had a dip tank, you just put the whole thing in there just like that?
You could. You'd want to card down to a very thin layer of ink. Clean rag here. Thank you. So you would do this if you wanted to save the print. If you wanted to rerun this job. So we would just wash the ink out of it. So I got the ink, and I got a little more on the frame here. But that's kind of what you would do if you wanted to save this, all right? Or if you want to print a different color, you'd press wash. Now, ink degradant is different. So this is ink degradant. Now, ink degradant is water soluble. So and they make several different ones. We make Citra paste for these guys. There's 460R. This is in EnviroSolve. take a scrub brush and just break all the ink. You can move that back if you want so that everybody can see what's... And just give it a scrub both sides to get rid of all that ink. Wash the frame. Well, this is if you're going to reclaim it.
Oh, that's for. The last stuff you used was
If you're going to save that, yeah. And you wash the ink off. Okay, so that's ink degradant. That's the difference between press wash. Press wash is a product you're going to use with a rag. You're going to save the stencil, or you're going to de-ink it and then reclaim it. Ink degradant you're going to do in the sink. It's going to solubilize the ink and make it water rinsable, which is what we've done there. Now the next step is to remove the stencil. So what I like to do is, because all the products we supply Ryan are concentrates, it's either ER80, which is like a 30-to-1, ER35, which is a 5-to-1. The product we're going to use here is EnviroStrip. This is a 20-to-1 type product. So what I would do is put like half of a quart into a gallon bucket and fill it with water. And this product's got a lot of surfactant in it too, so you don't want to put like high pressure right into it because it will all foam right up on you. So emulsion remover. Apply it both sides. Brush a good layer of it across it. And you should start to see it break the stencil. And then let it sit a minute or two so that the emulsion remover can really penetrate the stencil. Pressure unit, I suggest everybody get a pressure washer if you're going to make screens or wash screens. I like to start at the bottom and go up, because you're letting the chemical that's on there do its job for as long as you possibly can. Otherwise, you start at the bottom and go down, you're diluting it, and it's not working as much as it could for you. So you strip the stencil off, and you can see you still got haze. The image is still there. So you want to dehaze that. So the Enviro Haze, you can just pour it into your brush. And I recommend a new brush for this. It's got a bubblegum type smell to it. And at this point, if there's any glue or, ink left on the frame, maybe just brush it so you rinse it off when you go to rinse this. Not all the time. It just depends on whether you're seeing haze in there or not. Like that one we did, you know. Really old stains, the Enviro haze probably isn't going to do it because it's the mildest haze we make. Ryonet sells another product called LSR 30, which has some caustic in it. That product works on really old stains. This will work on like air dry inks that.
So I was going to say a water base that uses the fire haze, and I haven't been able to get.
No, because it's more for plastisol. It's more a solvent that will help solubilize that ink.
LSR 80?
LSR 30. And you go 30 on thin layer, just like I did here. Let it go 2 to 3 minutes, and then blast it off with high pressure.
The LSR 30, you can have like old stains, like it's pretty much gonna take care of it.
Yeah, it'll work on air dry and water-based stains like that. It does a pretty good job. It's been built for like vinyl inks and silver solder and things like that. It performs well. So whenever you're doing a haze remover, one of the things I recommend, especially if you got something that's caustic or some of the caustic pastes that are out there, I recommend do a low-level flood rinse first. Then you can kind of come back with high pressure. Just that you're going to get a majority of the product off. You're not going to atomize it. You're not going to wear it on your arms or whatever, especially when you have a caustic type product. Make sure you wash the frame real well at this point, and then wash both sides. And you can see no more 50 cent. So that's what the haze product will do. Now, with the LSR 30 has degreaser built back into it. You could just process on and go ahead and dry this and be all right. With the Enviro haze, I would recommend to degrease, which is what we were doing before.
Do you have a scrub brush for each different solvent?
Yeah, it'd be good. You know what you can do is take electrical tape, a couple different kinds of electrical tape, because writing on them, the chemical will tend, and just wrap it around the handle here real tight. And that'll usually survive the length of a brush will. And then you just know by color coding what your different products are. So back to the degreaser, which is the same degreaser that's in the kit, which is neutralized. And this is like a 1 to 5 type concentrate as well. So mix it with water in a container, apply it. And you can go right to washing it off. You don't need to wait with the degreaser. Just go process right on. Wash both sides.
wash out of your drain good? It doesn't build up?
Well, the dual cures will, because they'll solubilize and break down the smaller particle. The photopolymers tend to be a little more gummy, and they'll stick to more stuff. They'll stick to the inside of your sink, they'll stick to the drain, things like that. That's kind of why, you know, getting a little better exposure unit as you're growing into a bigger shop is very important, because you can use a lesser priced product in a dual cure and a product that's not as problematic through the system. It's not as temperamental for exposure, it's not clogging your drains, type things. That's where the dual cures tend to be a little more friendly for production day in, day out. So that screen's done, and you would go back and dry it, and you're ready to start the process back over where we were before.